the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Yeah, about to just say Kelvin Emra Ghana. A bench warrant issue against na ana po adomochire so etuga na we no say the ruling party NDC no amanyoko members no and say supporters no ana ewo say yemfa Kelvin Emra MEP away Ghana hamze na omususu say waka Nsem-Pii na so waye eniamo hu bi say obabigina Emra anim na ana po adomochire do nsem ba munyekunkuti po adomochire Emra sesia.
Because I heard the guy saying a few things about me. Everything you heard on social media is completely false. And this is the kind of journalism that these days we have. They say they call it jandam or something like that, where I wasn't trained like that. There's no training I've had in journalism that says, go and say something that's not true, say it plenty times and it will look like it's true. I've never, in my journalism career practice, said anything that's untrue, anything I've done on the touch screen. We don't say untrue things. We're not trained to say untrue things. We're trained to analyze. But he just says anything that's not true. And people have been telling me that, is it because of the Nsem-Pii match? I don't know. But he said that I've left my house, my family is gone, my wife is gone. All that is completely untrue. This evening I've seen Adenta Kumi do a video to respond. But beyond that being untrue, let us deal with the matters. Here's a guy who publishes anything. Now, we have heard that apart from having a bench warrant against him, issued directly by the High Court, by Justice Baffoe, a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as an additional High Court judge, issuing a bench warrant against this fugitive from justice. He did come to town. We know he came to town. He did. And Justice Baffoe is the acting Chief Justice. And is that Baffoe Bonny's photograph? Okay. Yes, no, that's not Baffoe Bonny's photograph. So this is Justice Baffoe, who is the acting Chief Justice. Now, we hear something we don't believe. We hear that Justice Baffoe is being told by some of the MDC supporters that he should try as much as possible to bring this fugitive from justice, self-styled journalist into town, in spite of a bench warrant issued by a justice of the Court of Appeal. We are hoping that this is not true. And we understand that lawyer Tamaklo, Eduji Tamaklo, is it true that you are also working, to make sure that this fugitive from justice comes to town? That's Lawyer Tamaklo. Lawyer Tamaklo, is it true that you are working to make sure that this guy comes to town in spite of a bench warrant against him from the issued by a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as an additional High Court judge? I mean, these are the things that are concerning to the democracy. This guy that we are talking about, he sits in America, he has a platform, and then he says everything. This is a guy who has just basically torn apart the Ghanaian social fiber to the benefit of some political class. So they like it, to the benefit of some political class. And that's why the Nsem-Pii story is going to be very important today. When they are doing these things, they forget that whatever you sow is what you reap. They forget. They feed this guy, and this is a guy who has torn the Ghanaian social fabric apart. He's insulted Archbishop Duncan Williams. Happy birthday to him. He celebrated his birthday recently. This guy sitting in America talks about Archbishop Duncan Williams, our Archbishop, anyhow. And politicians feel that they have to encourage him because sometimes he says something in their favor. He's spoken about the Asante-Hene. He talks about the Asante-Hene. Anyhow, the key people who hold our social fiber together, this guy sits in America, talks about them anyhow. Because there's no threshold. He just talks. And nobody holds him accountable. He doesn't live in the country. So many defamation suits have been filed against him. Maybe I'm going to add mine. It's all sitting here. When we said that he had run away into Ghana, he was not able to talk about it. This guy has a loud mouth. He talks about everything. He was told that you came to Ghana and you ran away. And I'm hearing from some of the ministers that we even thought were responsible, that some of them said that it is they who asked him to leave because they can't have him here. And he hasn't said anything about it. He's tried to come to Ghana and told the government that they should give him an appointment so that you have an immunity. I mean, you cannot live in Ghana and do that kind of journalism. He has to know that, and therefore, he has to come and face the bench warrants. I hope that the things we are hearing that Justice Baffoe is being told by some of the people in the ruling party that he should try hard and do something as acting Chief Justice to bring the guy into town so that he can live in Ghana and all of that. I hope those things are not true. I know Justice Baffoe a little bit. The lawyers who know me have told me that he would never agree to bring somebody who has offended the courts and against whom a bench warrant has been issued by a Justice Baffoe, a Court of Appeal judge, that Justice Baffoe will never do that. And that's the issue. This is Justice Baffoe who issued the bench warrant against him for the contempt of the court. And there are many defamation suits against him. He says in America, he says everything. Please, everything he says is not true. That's what they call their style of justice. It's called jandam. I understand that it means you say the thing that is not true, say it so many times. This guy, we also hear that Ibrahim Mahama sends him money to buy a bundle. Apparently, he wants money to buy a bundle, so he gets $180, $130 from... Ibrahim Mahama is a generous guy. Everybody knows that. So Ibrahim's generosity buys him bundle to do his program. I don't know whether Ibrahim knows the kinds of things he says about people like the Asante-Hene, people like Duncan Williams, who Ibrahim Mahama understands are an important aspect of our social democracy, our social fiber. He understands that. But he sends him bundle money. I mean, if I was to ask Ibrahim for bundle money, I'm sure he'll send me. So he sends him bundle money, so he gets $120 to buy a bundle and then do... I know of another businessman. I mean, he thinks that we know everything that happens around what he does. But those are not newsworthy. They are not things that come into the news. So we don't talk about them. So he gets some bundle every now and then, and he does what he does. And so everything he says about me or my home is not true. And I mean, sometimes I can understand, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. So when you do these things for a long time and by the grace of God you are successful, you become the benchmark. You had A+. A+ was saying that when he was sleeping in some car at first light, at that time in those days, apparently when he means that when he was a nobody, I was already doing Paul Adomochi on Good Evening Ghana. Of course, Good Evening Ghana is since 2001, so it's long. And then he says that he has overtaken me in life and he has become a member of parliament. Thank God for that. I'm happy that I have been the benchmark. The young men were coming up. They want to be like Paul Adomochi, so they overtake Paul Adomochi and they're happy. It's great. It's fantastic for me to motivate them to come and overtake me. So A+ says he was in some sleeping at first light and he has been sleeping there small. He has come to overtake me because he is a member of parliament. Oh my goodness. Ghana is very interesting and very funny. Same with this guy in America. I think that in his mind, he wants to be able to do the things. When he was a child, he was watching Good Evening Ghana. He thought that so the way to do it is jandam, say things that are not true and they are very wild. And these days, because you can get some money from YouTube, if it's so wild, people watch. But the $120 Ibrahim gives him for bundle, I think he should take the money and use it to broadcast something important about Ghana. If he's talking about Ghana, it should be more important, not things that are completely untrue, basically untrue, just so that he gets attention. Send him this book. I'm reading a book entitled The Prime Minister's 300 Years of Political Leadership, The Prime Ministers of Britain. It's written by Lindale. Send it to him in America that he should read some of these things. When he reads them, maybe it will help. I don't know whether he'll be able to comprehend the material in the document, but it's okay. Anyway, all right.
Filler. You come and you listen to the filler and you realize that there's nothing in it because the facts are wrong. The idea behind it is foolish. Since when did we start attacking people's family because of politics or in the name of I have filler, political filler? How did Paul Adomochi leaving his wife or his wife leaving him become important to Ghanaians? That is a family issue. How did it become important to Ghanaians? Sometimes some of these things are not necessary. But the point is that the filler is wrong. I am a star witness. Last 2 weeks, Sister Rose, their house at Teshi, I was there. The party, I was there. Just this weekend, I'll show you a picture. She was posting her husband. This one, there's not on her status, posting she and her husband. So when did they leave? Or they left today? The divorce happened today. Charlie, some of these content is not necessary. Or what would you get from going after Paul? Paul is a man enough to stay in Ghana after NDC came to power. You NDC, your own party is in power, and you can't come to Ghana. You can't come to Ghana. David Della, you can't come to Ghana. You are not a man. Unya Bema. Unya Bema, can you bush your sem? And I call the Becasem. Or no Paul Adomochi. He believes in family. If Paul does something that his wife doesn't like, he knows how to apologize. He is the kind of person that believes in the nature and the content of family. When you move with him, you realize that at every point in time, he's messaging his wife, he's messaging his kids. Because information is actually reaching us. They say, your wife has divorced you. So because your wife has divorced you, that is coming out, you're not putting it on another person. Charlie, you're sick.
Kobna Eduboahen is okay. Let me go to the touch screen. Let's deal with it very quickly before we get to the big story for tonight. So this evening, there's one thing I don't understand, viewers. There's one thing I don't understand. The Dominic Ayine, the Attorney General, is charging Kwabena Eduboahen. This evening, Dominic Ayine and his team have taken statements from Kwabena Eduboahen about something about Ghana Water. Oh, not one, two. Press conference one. Kwabena Eduboahen is a thief. He has done this, he has done that, he has done that, he has done that. Okay, we are waiting. Then they've arrested him, they keep him there. Then he comes, press conference two. Yes, I told you Kwabena Eduboahen is a thief. He has done this, he has done that, he has done that. Two press conferences, the guy wasn't charged. Eventually the guy was charged. Then the guy responds and says that you don't even understand what the money was used for. You are powerful, you have shoulder pad. Agra, that will get you. Agra, that will get you means a lot. Because this is a republic. Today you are here, tomorrow you'll be here. So you have to be careful in the way in which you manage the laws of states and what you use things for. So they said they wanted to keep Kwabena Eduboahen again. They want to keep him. So the court said, okay, I'll let you keep him for 1 week. Okay. 1 week has come. Release Kwabena Eduboahen. So they release him. They are not ready to file their witness statements. That means they are not ready to proceed with the trial. The judge then says that, no, you can't do that. Now I'm giving you up to 20th May. You have to file your witness statements. So Kwabena Eduboahen must be on bail, file your witness. They said, oh, my lord, there's one more thing. This guy, he took money from Ghana Water. It's 650 every day he took it. So we have charged him. The court said, yeah, you can charge him. Charge him. Then this evening is the first time they are taking a statement from Kwabena Eduboahen on the Ghana Water. Today is the first day that they are taking a statement from him. Today. They've kept the guy in the police cell, in the Iroko cell for 4 weeks. They've come to court and say, we want to keep him for another 1 week on the same matter. The 1 week finishes. Proceed on that matter that you have charged him on. They say, no, my lord, we have to keep him again because you see, the Ghana Water matter too is there. The Ghana Water matter, about which the Attorney General has held a press conference, it is today before he is taking a statement from the guy. Is that how prosecution should work? Is that how prosecution works? Which prosecution have you seen in the Fourth Republic works like that? Should we do a documentary on all the prosecutions? I've just found those videos of Akufo-Addo and Safo Sampon, the former DPP. I'm happy I found them. I have found the Betty Mould videos. So we have to put a documentary together for viewers and Ghanaians to see that this has been the trajectory of prosecutions in the Fourth Republic. And you will see that none of those prosecutions had an Attorney General prosecuting in the court of public opinion. None of them. None. NDC, MPP, none. And there was none in which case an accused person was concerned that I have been kept in, I have been arrested, I have been kept in, I have been done. No. There was one unfortunate incident of Chachu Chikata being arrested in the church. That was in 2001. This is 2025. Since 2001, MPP have done prosecutions. Since 2001, NDC have done prosecutions. And in none of these prosecution cases would you find the kind of bizarre thing that we are seeing here. That the guy, you say that the guy has stolen money from Ghana Water Company. This is a national security guy. Who is the complainant? You cannot try this case without bringing the national security coordinator into the court. Do we want a court where the national security coordinator is in the box and has to answer questions from a defense lawyer? Have we ever seen that in Ghana before? Have we seen that in Ghana before? I'm not saying that if you have the national security, you can do anything you like. No. But national security is very powerful because it's a state institution. So they carry the power of everyone. So they are powerful enough to nip Kwabena Eduboahen in the bud. National security coordinator can call him without telling us anything and collect whatever money that Kwabena Eduboahen, if he has stolen from him. national security and police, CID, IYOKO, they are very powerful institutions. So if they want to chastise Kwabena Dubois because he's done something wrong, the National Security Coordinator can call him a rogue security operative. That's how they call them. Rogue, that's the word they use. You can call him a rogue security operative. They will not publish it. They will go to him and clean up everything. That's what they do, so that the institution of national security is saved. But here is an attorney general prosecuting without any footprints from the national security, but with a lot of encouragement from the Economic Organized Crimes Unity, IYOKO. What is happening? This evening, I saw a video of somebody saying that the real story behind the Eduboahin matter is that the NDC is concerned about what Eduboahin knows about the NDC. Nothing to do with anything he's done publicly. They are concerned that he knows something about NDC and how he's going to handle the information. I don't know whether that's true. But that's what somebody said. And given everything that is happening, you are inclined to listen to some of these things. Given everything that's happening, one is inclined to listen to some of these things. Why are we running down our republic? I mean, some of us are stakeholders in the republic. From the age of 20-something, I've been working in Democracy Ghana. I've covered plenty elections. So when I see these things, I get concerned. I get really concerned. I've been at seminars in Adan with Dominic Aini. I sat in his car from Dodowa or so. I saw him in Dodowa. I sat in his car. We all went to Adan about democracy conversations. This must have been in 2005 or something like that. Democracy conversations have gone on. Is that how we want to do it? Why are we changing the goalposts when these things happen? We shouldn't do that. But this is the latest on the Kwabena Dubois one. And we'll be bringing you bullet by bullet accounts of what really is happening in this Kwabena Dubois trial. You are trying the guy for something. He publishes a national security letter to the minister. All hell is breaking loose. People are having their opinion. Then he comes to court. He says, I want to keep him 1 week. 1 week has come. Judge said, let him go. He said, oh, we have another matter. On that matter that you have, for which you have charged him, you have not even taken his statements. It is today that you are taking the statement after having said to the general public and to the world that this guy has stolen money. After having told the world that, you are now taking his statement. It's not easy. Here is Kwabena Dubois' lawyer, Arʒest, speaking to the press yesterday about what happened in court.
Judge, at the last sitting, the judge ordered that he should have his freedom yesterday. And they said they have another matter that they are investigating concerning him. So when he was supposed to have his freedom, by their calculation, they released him midnight and then rearrested him on the basis of the newfound matters they were looking at. But the question is, in the period in which he had the freedom, why didn't they deal with the matter? And they'll leave it till midnight and rearrest him. Is somebody very excited, incarcerating another Ghanaian with all manner of tactics will aid justice, and that is unfortunate.
So is he in the custody of IYOKO right now?
He's gone back to IYOKO, and I'm going there now for me to come to terms with what is the new matter, what is the new issue. You see, because he's been there all this while, and if there were serious matters of consequence, and he's on bail, huge bail, 80 million Ghana cedis bail. He's living nowhere. Eduboahin's name and that of Angela, they are all over the nation, our borders and our airports. They are going nowhere. So I believe that we should come clean that this is not a personal vendetta. This is a man that you believe you have some criminal case against, and give him space to defend himself. And give him also the freedom that now the Supreme Court has decided that there's no case which is not bailable, including murders. Provided always they will exact on you conditions for you to appear before the court to defend yourself.
You heard lawyer Arʒest. Mr. Dubois, sorry, young man, really, really sorry. You have been working for this republic, and I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I sincerely hope that in the end, your lawyers will prevail, because this shouldn't happen to any young Ghanaian for whatever reason. This shouldn't happen. I don't know whether it's a political vendetta Do you have some dealings? Do you have some problems with NDC or? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Is it a political vendetta? We shouldn't allow political vendetta.